Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. The Magical Mishaps of Mabel the Mermaid. Chapter 1. Mabel's Mysterious Transformation. In the sparkling depths of the ocean, where the sunlight filtered through the waves in mesmerizing patterns, lived Mabel the Mermaid. With her flowing turquoise hair and shimmering tail, she was known throughout the underwater kingdom for her adventurous spirit and boundless curiosity. One bright morning, as Mabel frolicked among the coral reefs, she stumbled upon a peculiar object half buried in the sand. It was a small, ornate pendant, glowing with an ethereal light. Intrigued, Mabel reached out to touch it, and in an instant, a dazzling burst of magic enveloped her. When the light faded, Mabel found herself transformed. Her tail had vanished, replaced by two slender legs adorned with delicate scales. She gazed down at herself in wonder, scarcely believing what had happened. "Wow, what happened to me?" Mabel exclaimed, her voice tinged with both excitement and uncertainty. Just then, her best friend Finn the dolphin swam up beside her, his playful grin quickly turning to astonishment at the sight of Mabel's transformation. "Mabel, is that really you?" Finn asked, his voice filled with disbelief. "Yes, it's me," Mabel replied, still marveling at her newfound form. "I found this pendant, and then this happened." Finn circled around her, examining her legs with great curiosity. "This is incredible. But are you sure you're okay? Can you swim?" Mabel took a tentative step forward, feeling the strange sensation of walking on land for the first time. With a laugh, she exclaimed, "I think I can manage, but I have so many questions. What does this mean? How did it happen?" Finn's eyes sparkled with excitement. "We'll figure it out together, Mabel. But for now, let's go find King Neptune. He'll know what to do." With Finn by her side, Mabel set off on her most extraordinary adventure yet, eager to unravel the mystery of her magical transformation and discover the secrets that lay beyond the depths of the ocean. Chapter 2. A Splash of Trouble. As Mabel and Finn swam through the bustling streets of the underwater kingdom, they couldn't help but attract attention. Mermaids and sea creatures alike stopped to stare at Mabel's unusual form, their whispers of astonishment filling the water. "Mabel, everyone's looking at us," Finn whispered, nudging her gently. "I think they're just as surprised as we are." Mabel couldn't help but feel self-conscious under the scrutiny of the crowd, but she held her head high, determined to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their journey led them to the grand palace of King Neptune, where they were greeted by his loyal advisor, Octavia the Octopus. "Greetings, young travelers," Octavia said, her voice echoing through the grand chamber. "What brings you to the palace today?" Mabel stepped forward, her heart pounding with nervous excitement. "We need to speak with King Neptune. It's urgent." Octavia nodded solemnly and disappeared into the depths of the palace, returning moments later with King Neptune himself. "Ah, Mabel and Finn," King Neptune boomed, his voice carrying the weight of centuries of wisdom. "What brings you to my kingdom today?" Mabel took a deep breath, gathering her courage. "Your Majesty, something incredible has happened. I found a pendant, and it transformed me into this. King Neptune's eyes widened in surprise as he beheld Mabel's human-like form. This is indeed extraordinary, Mabel, but it also presents a great challenge. The magic of the pendant is powerful and unpredictable. We must tread carefully. Finn nodded in agreement. We need your help, Your Majesty. We don't know how to reverse the transformation, or what dangers may lie ahead. King Neptune stroked his beard thoughtfully. Fear not, my young friends. Together, we will seek answers and unravel the mysteries of this magical mishap. But first, we must consult the ancient tomes of our kingdom's archives. Come, follow me. With determination in their hearts, and King Neptune leading the way, Mabel and Finn embarked on a quest to uncover the secrets of Mabel's transformation and restore peace to the underwater kingdom. Chapter 3: The Enchanted Library. Mabel and Finn followed King Neptune through the corridors of the palace, their footsteps echoing off the polished marble floors. They soon arrived at the entrance to the kingdom's ancient library, a vast chamber filled with shelves upon shelves of ancient tomes and scrolls. As they entered the library, Mabel couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer magnitude of knowledge contained within its walls. Books on magic, history, and mythology lined the shelves, their titles written in languages Mabel had never seen before. King Neptune led them to a large oak table in the center of the room, where a group of scholars and scribes were already hard at work. "Welcome to the Enchanted Library," King Neptune said, gesturing to the room around them. "Here, we shall seek the answers you seek." Mabel and Finn took their seats at the table, eager to begin their search. They were joined by Octavia the octopus, who had been tasked with assisting them in their research. "We must start by consulting the ancient texts," Octavia said, her tentacles flipping through the pages of a dusty tome. "There are records of similar transformations in our history. Perhaps we can find a clue to reversing the spell." For hours, they pored over the ancient texts, searching for any mention of a pendant with the power to transform. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the library grew dim with twilight, Mabel's hope began to wane. "I'm starting to think we'll never find the answer," Mabel said, her voice tinged with frustration. Finn reached out and placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Don't give up, Mabel. We'll find a way to fix this, I promise." Just as Mabel was about to voice her doubts, Octavia let out a triumphant cry. "I've found it. There's a passage here about a pendant called the Amphibian's Tear, said to have the power to transform beings between land and sea." Excitement surged through Mabel as Octavia read aloud from the ancient text. To reverse the transformation, one must journey to the heart of the coral caves and retrieve the tear from its resting place. But beware, for the caves are treacherous and guarded by ancient spirits. With a newfound sense of purpose, Mabel and Finn set their sights on the coral caves, determined to retrieve the amphibian's tear and restore Mabel to her true form. Chapter 4: The Treacherous Journey. With the knowledge of the amphibian's tear in hand, Mabel, Finn, and Octavia embarked on their journey to the coral caves. The trio traversed through the kingdom's underwater realm, passing vibrant coral reefs and schools of colorful fish as they made their way to the caves. As they approached the entrance to the coral caves, a sense of foreboding washed over Mabel. The cavern's entrance loomed before them, its jagged rocks and darkened passages hinting at the dangers that lay within. "We must proceed with caution," Octavia warned, her voice echoing off the cave walls. "The coral caves are filled with traps and obstacles designed to thwart intruders." Mabel nodded, her heart pounding in her chest as they ventured deeper into the darkness. The walls of the cave were slick with moisture, and the air was heavy with the scent of salt water and decay. Suddenly, a low rumbling echoed through the cavern, causing Mabel to freeze in her tracks. Before she could react, a massive boulder came crashing down from above, narrowly missing her and Finn. "We have to be more careful," Finn said, his voice filled with concern. "These traps are unlike anything I've ever seen." They pressed on, navigating through narrow passageways and avoiding deadly pitfalls as they searched for the heart of the coral caves. Along the way, they encountered strange creatures lurking in the shadows, their eyes glowing with malevolence. Despite the dangers that surrounded them, Mabel felt a surge of determination coursing through her veins. She knew that the fate of her kingdom depended on their success, and she would stop at nothing to retrieve the amphibian's tear. After what felt like an eternity, they finally reached the heart of the coral caves. Before them stood a shimmering pool of water, its surface reflecting the glow of bioluminescent algae that lined the cavern walls. "There it is," Octavia said, pointing to a pedestal at the center of the pool. "The amphibian's tear awaits." But as Mabel reached out to retrieve the pendant, a shadowy figure emerged from the depths of the pool, its eyes gleaming with malice. "You dare to disturb the sacred waters?" The figure boomed, its voice echoing through the cavern. "Prepare to face the consequences of your intrusion." Chapter 5. The Triumph of Mabel. As the shadowy figure emerged from the pool, Mabel, Finn, and Octavia braced themselves for battle. The creature's eyes burned with fury as it lunged towards them, its monstrous form towering over them. But Mabel stood her ground, summoning all of her courage and determination. With a flick of her tail, she unleashed a powerful blast of water magic, sending the creature reeling backward. "We can't let it stop us," Mabel shouted, her voice ringing out in the cavern. "We have to retrieve the amphibian's tear!" With renewed determination, the trio pressed forward, engaging the creature in a fierce battle. Finn wielded his trident with precision, striking at the creature's vulnerable points, while Octavia used her magic to shield them from its attacks. As the battle raged on, Mabel's heart swelled with determination. She knew that the fate of her kingdom depended on their success, and she refused to back down in the face of adversity. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the creature let out a deafening roar and collapsed to the ground, defeated. With a triumphant cheer, Mabel, Finn, and Octavia rushed to retrieve the amphibian's tear from its pedestal. As Mabel held the pendant in her hands, she felt a surge of power coursing through her. With a single thought, she unleashed a wave of healing magic, restoring balance to the kingdom and purifying the waters of the coral caves. With their mission accomplished, Mabel and her friends emerged from the caves, bathed in the warm glow of victory. As they returned to the kingdom, they were greeted with cheers and applause from their fellow merfolk, who hailed them as heroes. And as Mabel gazed out at the kingdom she had saved, She knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would always have the strength and courage to face them, together with her loyal friends by her side. As the final battle came to an end, Mabel stood victorious, holding the amphibian's tear in her hands. With a surge of magical energy, she felt her body transforming back into its original mermaid form. With a joyful laugh, Mabel dove into the crystal clear waters of the coral caves, relishing the familiar sensation of her tail gliding effortlessly through the water. As she swam gracefully through the underwater kingdom, she knew that her adventures on land had come to an end. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for Dreamy Tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.